right, Sunday school friends, welcome to Making Disciples Through Movement. Today we're going to learn a song and a dance together, and this is going to be a really good way for us to kind of figure out what it means to follow Jesus. What does it mean to go into the world as an Easter people? We hear that in big church. What does that mean? We read a story about one little girl and her family's ideas about what kids can do to follow Jesus and to show Jesus' love. And really, we've been talking about it all year. Different ideas for how to show God's love. Now, this song we have sung multiple times in big church, and it is now time for me to teach you the words to this song. It's called, I Have Decided to Follow Jesus. Now, when you make a decision, I don't know, something like maybe putting a toy on your wish list, maybe a decision about what to have for dessert. Maybe it's a big decision like what to name a new pet. That is a big decision. But you have a couple of different ways that you, as humans, make decisions. One is you might feel it in your belly. Have you ever felt it in your belly? Like, maybe it's that does not sound good. That does not sound like a good dessert. I don't want that. Or maybe it's ooh, that idea gives me like butterflies in my stomach, like an exciting feeling in my stomach. We call that thinking with your gut. Like your guts, all your guts in there. So you might feel it in your gut that you've decided to follow Jesus. This is the sign language for Jesus, right? The nails in his hands. Okay. You might feel it in your heart. You might feel this like ache in your heart that you just know something is the right thing for you to do. You might feel that. So you might decide this way to follow Jesus. You might feel it in your head. You might have this knowledge or this like rational thought. Like, well, I know I'm supposed to name my dog something that has 2 strong syllables so that it's easier to train them. Okay, that's kind of a head sort of decision. So you can decide in your head to follow Jesus. But this song says there's no turning back. No turning back. But it's really tempting sometimes. And we're going to talk about that in verse 2. Now, when they say no turning back, well, when we say it, because we're going to sing it and dance it together. When we sing that, we're going to do what's called a pivot. And a pivot goes like this. You step, keeping your feet where they are, you turn away. Now, because this is a hard decision to not turn back, we're going to shield ourselves and pulse twice there. Shielding your face. You might want to shield your heart. Maybe it's something that's trying to get into your heart that you don't want to turn back. But we are going to step and pivot right back again to Jesus. Yes? So we're going to do, I have decided to follow Jesus. You feel it in your gut. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. No turning back. So we're going to come back to Jesus here and pulse it here. Yeah? So now the world really does try to pull us back. Yeah, there are a lot of temptations in that world back there. There are a lot of things that are stumbling blocks. There are people that we thought we could trust, that things happen, and we have to push those behind so the cross can be in front of us. Yeah? So this is a really good thing to unpack throughout your life, because there's going to be things that try to pull you back and try to make you be less than you know you can be. But that is not an Easter people. We are people of Jesus and people of God's love. So we're going to say, the world's behind me. It's trying to pull us back, but what are we still facing? The cross before me. The world behind me. The cross before me. Get prouder and prouder each time. The world behind me. The cross before me. No turning back. Pulse, pulse. No turning back. Pulse, disciples. Yeah? Now we're going to ask. There might be friends who want to come with. There might be people who want to come to church with you, but they don't know how to ask. There might be friends who would love to come to Bible school, or who would love to sit through a virtual Sunday school with us together. But even if they don't, we're still going to follow Jesus. So we're going to say, though none go with me, still I will follow. Though none go with me, still I will follow. Though none go with me, still I will follow. No turning back, no turning back. Yes? Good job. Now, will you decide to follow Jesus? That's the next. Will you decide? So we're going to call people. We're going to call people to that. We're going to start low. Will you decide now to follow Jesus? Let's go over here. Will you decide now to follow Jesus? Will you decide now to follow Jesus? No turning back, no turning back. Should we do the whole thing? Let's do the whole thing. I'm going to clear the dance floor because this is kind of in my way. You can move these steps a little bit more too, friends. You don't need to stay in one place. Okay? So we're going to decide first in our gut. Ready? I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back, no turning back. The world behind me, the cross before me. The world behind me, the cross before me. The world behind me, the cross before me. No turning back, no turning back. Though none come with me, still I will follow. Though none come with me, still I will follow. Though none come with me, still I will follow. No turning back, no turning back. Will you decide now to follow Jesus? Will you decide now to follow Jesus? Will you decide now to follow Jesus? No turning back, no turning back. Good job, you guys. That is the way to use your body in prayer and make your discipleship look the way Jesus would want it to. Keep trying every day. We'll make mistakes, and that's okay, but we're going to keep turning our face back to Jesus. What would Jesus do in this situation? The world will keep pulling you back, but we're going to keep turning our face back to Jesus. Awesome job, guys. See you next time.